BF won't wash hands after doing a number 2. Me, F29, and my BF, M30, have been together for over a year, and a couple of months ago I noticed that my BF doesn't wash his hands with soap after pooping. He may or may not rinse his hands with water, but he doesn't think he should be washing his hands with soap because he says the toilet paper touches the poop and not my hands. He gets annoyed if I tell him to wash his hands with soap after pooping because I don't want him to touch me with his dirty hands. He says I'm being demanding. I don't know what to do. Am I asking for too much? I tried explaining why it's unhygienic, but he doesn't seem to understand. Seems like he is stuck in his ways. TLDR, BF doesn't think he has to wash his hands with soap after pooping. He will wash his hands if I ask him to, but he says I'm being too demanding. Edit, for those of you that worried that I let him touch me with his dirty hands, ever since we started dating, I always made sure he washed his hands with soap before getting intimate. He does wash his hands when I ask him to, but I hate always having to ask when it should be common sense. He is otherwise a pretty good BF. I'm not a desperate woman as someone was rude enough to say. I just wanted to know a way I could change this disgusting habit of his. Thanks to those of you who kindly made me realize I am not asking for too much. I will have another talk with him to let him know how truly disgusting it is, and if he is still not willing to change, then I know what I will have to do. I've had an ex that made me feel it wrong for asking him to have proper basic hygiene as well. In fact, even the ex's mother called me horrible things for it. That's why I was unsure if I was actually asking for too much. Dear BF is the reason we all have to just assume there's feces on any public surface. This is so f-king disgusting, and should be a deal breaker for any responsible adult. I'm with you. People are f-king animals. Continue to be demanding. This is basic hygiene. He doesn't have to understand it to comply. Toilet paper is not a perfect barrier. It rips. It bunches. This isn't a negotiable thing. Do you really want him touching your sensitive areas or face after he doesn't wash his hands? Everyone here is telling you the same thing. But put it like this, if he wants to touch you, he has to wash his hands with soap after using the bathroom, no matter what he's doing. If he has so little respect for himself and you in this area, he's unlikely to respect you in other things that matter. No. You are not too demanding. He has the hygiene skills of a 2-year-old. He doesn't understand why hand washing is important at 30. He's too stupid to date. He is going to spread fecal germs into your food. He is also going to put his unwashed poo fingers around your vagina and near your urethra when you have sex. Bacteria from feces that gets into your urinary tract will cause you endless UTIs. It may cause vaginal infections. It's why women need to be extra careful when wiping and wipe front to back to avoid germs entering the urethra and vagina. It's also why men need to have clean hands when touching us down there. This guy is a health hazard and blind to science and how bathrooms work. Run.